Last season, the Houston Astros ran away with the American League West and all the way to a World Series title.
The Houston Astros are world champions for the first time in franchise history.
The defending champions are looking to repeat, but the Angels come to H-Town with dreams of their own.
They'll shoot one out toward deep left center field, headed toward the rocks, incoming! Big fly for Mike Trout.
The stars are out and ready to collide in an April series that might set the tone for October glory. Angels, Astros, next.
It is a beautiful night for baseball here in Houston. The roof is open at Minute Maid Park, and tonight from downtown Houston, it is Game 1, the very first meeting of the year between your Angels and the Houston Astros. We welcome you inside our broadcast booth and back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and of course, it is a tough homestand that the Angels have to kind of put behind them and look ahead toward this series. But if you're going to take one thing away from it, is the fact that Mike Trout's starting to swing the bat the way we know Mike Trout can, homering in the last 3 games.
Yeah, Victor, he's been swinging the bat well. The team has played very well on the road here now in Houston, but what Mike Trout has done of late, it's worthy of a Carlos Cam replay. He has been crushing the baseball. You mentioned 3 straight games in which Mike Trout has hit a home run. He's been able to bring his hands inside the baseball and create that real good launch angle for a couple of these home runs. Even on an off-speed pitch, Derek Collins' reaction is priceless. Down in the zone, hits it out to center field, but then that quick swing yesterday where you got that fastball out over the plate, stay back on the well, used to barrel the bat, hits that ball to right center field. So his ability to pull the ball, hit the ball to center, to right center field, that's what makes Mike Trout so impressive. 9 home runs so far this season for Trout, 17 RBI. So he is crushing the ball. Going to need to do so today against this very good Astro club.
And because he's turned things around as of today, he is the leader in WAR, wins above replacement, both in Fangraphs and Baseball Reference. That's something that he's kind of grown accustomed to being at the top of that list. We're going to step away for a moment because the Angels will be facing some very good pitching, and when we return to Minute Maid Park, we'll look at that rotation that the Halos will face over the next couple of days. Park game one of this three-game set between the Angels and the Houston Astros. First meeting of the year between these two ball clubs. And we mentioned going to break how good this pitching staff has been for the Astros, and Gooby, the three starters that the Astros will run out there in this series are just been exceptional so far.
Well, when you look at the ERAs right now, the highest ERA amongst the three pitching in this series, Justin Verlander with a 1.10. Well below 1. Their strikeout to walk ratio outstanding. They will rush that fastball, that four-seam fastball upstairs, and very good assortment of breaking balls. And we're not even talking about Dallas Keuchel, former Cy Young Award winner, not even pitching in this series. But these three guys have been very good. They've been throwing a lot of strikes, and they've been aggressively attacking the strike zone throughout this early part of the season for the Astros.
Well, the Halos are very well versed because they faced some very good pitching over the last week. We'll see what the Halos can do here in Houston. We're just about ready for baseball. Sit back, relax. Lineups at first pitch when we return.
'19 Jeep Cherokee. Embrace every new opportunity with a redesigned exterior and 31 Highway MPG. Test drive one today. By Mercury Insurance, we're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by your SoCal Mazda dealers.
Well, you couldn't ask for a more perfect evening here in Houston, and so much so that the roof will be open. Probably going to be open all three games here. That's kind of a rarity. The Angels looking to bounce back after a 1-5 homestand. Kick off a quick three-game road trip here against the Astros. We'll take a look at Mike Scioscia's lineup. The Halos, with the loss in yesterday's contest, now find themselves 14-8 on the year. A game and a half back of the Houston Astros. The lineup looks like this: Kinsler, Trout, and Upton. Upton DHing today. Pujols, Valbuena, Cozart in the middle third. Cozart getting the start at shortstop. Simmons just getting an extra day of rest after getting hit on the right forearm yesterday. Then you've got Calhoun, Young in left, and Maldonado rounding out that starting nine. That nine will take on the 27-year-old SoCal native by the name of Garrett Cole.
Garrett Cole's got a very good fastball, 93, 98 slur, slider, curve, and changeup. My go-tos to be successful against Garrett Cole tonight for the Angels hitters going against him. So you have to look for that curve and slider combination. He's thrown out a lot more this season than he has in the past. And also see a pitch or two against him. When you're 0-0, 1-0, you have a better shot against him as far as being consistent in driving the ball.
Check out the Astros on the defensive side of things. It'll be Gonzalez, Marisnik, and Springer from left to right. Bregman, Correa on the left side. Altuve and Gurriel on the right. Brian McCann behind the plate.
And we know he can hit, but Altuve very solid also at second base. No errors so far this season. An 80 chance to win the Gold Glove back in 2015. So we have Gold Glovers at second base here tonight between Ian Kinsler and Jose Altuve.
Kinsler ready to lead things off. Garrett Cole gets ready to make his 5th start. Kinsler comes in batting .286. A home run, 2 runs batted in. The first one is just a little bit low for ball 1. Stu Sherwater calling the balls and strikes tonight. Eric Cooper at first. Gary Cedarstrom, the crew chief, at second. Corey Blazer at third. Kinsler fouls this one back. He was accounted 1-1. One of the few shifts we've seen on Ian Kinsler. We've got 3 infielders on the left side.
Kansas City tried it because they were shifting against every single batter in the lineup, whether it's right hand or left hand. They would always put 3 on that certain part of the infield.
Yeah, Ned Yost has just pushed all of his chips into the middle of the table. Upstairs, got the top part of the zone at 96. 1-2.
He likes to throw that 4-seam fastball upstairs, and he loves to throw his curveball and slider a lot.
Trout on deck.
There's that tight slider. Batting average against his fastball so far this season, hitters just 118 with 1 home run against that fastball.
Count remains at 2-2.
Good battle here for Kinsler against Garrett Cole, who's thrown the ball so well so far this season. Nearly a 7-to-1 ratio as far as walks to strikeouts.
41 strikeouts, leads the American League. The .96 ERA, second best in the American League. 28 innings, 15 hits allowed. Another 2-2. It's a pretty good job by Kinsler just to be able to make contact on that pitch.
It's one of his backup sliders.
Cole coming over in the offseason. Trade with the Pirates for Michael Feliz, Joe Musgrove, pardon me, and Colin Moran. Third career start against the Angels. Kinsler making him work, and he'll flip this one out to left. Marwin Gonzalez is there. 1 down.
Garrett Cole attended many of Angel games in his lifetime as a fan at the Orange Lutheran High School and UCLA. Remember him pitching at Orange Lutheran High School. That was not a lot of fun to watch.
There's Trout. It's safely 9 of the last 10 games. He'll take just off the plate. Mike now at 306. 5 doubles, 9 home runs, 17 runs batted in.
Mentioned that on 1-0 counts put in play. .333 batting average against Cole so far this season. This is the one pitch, whether it's 0-1 or 1-0, hitters have had success against them. Combined in those counts, .471 batting average when it's been put in play. Between 0-1 and 1-0. Other than that, it's been a challenge for hitters.
That is a tough pitch at 97, down and in.
Pitches inside very effectively. He's got real good balance over the pitching rubber.
One, 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Astros come into play tonight. A 6-game winning streak. 16-7 overall. 6-3 here at home. Halos, of course, on the road. We've talked about 9-1 so far this year. Trout shoots one foul. This one slicing out of play. Again, another breaking ball. When you look at percentages of fastballs thrown this season as compared to last year for Garrett Cole, 60.1% last season fastball thrown. This year, 51.8. Just a couple of years ago was a little over 66%. It's been into that philosophy with the Astros of throwing more breaking balls. Worked so far, that's for sure in this rotation.
No, and it kind of falls in line with Justin Verlander when he came over from the Tigers last year, saying the same thing. I've heard you guys do a lot of things. I'll take a look at it. If I like it, I'll adhere to it. And he got him with a high fastball. 98, 2 outs.
And that's the thing, surprising in the percentage of fastball down when you throw that hard, especially when you locate it with that 4-seam fastball upstairs. Perfect spot at 98, and that arm angle he throws from, very difficult to catch up to, even as good as Trout is, and he shakes his head. Yes, got it by me this time.
Upton DHing. Comes in batting .235. Ended up going 0 for 3 yesterday with a walk. Justin 0 for his last 19. There's that BP fastball that you talked about. Take a little bit off, just get it over.
Upton with pretty good numbers career-wise against Cole. .364 batting average.
No balls and 2 strikes. Fly ball to left by Kinsler. Trout with a strikeout. Halos last year 7-12 against the Astros, 4-6 here in this ballpark. Both teams from the outset have played good baseball within the division. The Astros 7-4 against the West, Angels 8-2. .2 from Cole. Got him with a high fastball. Down goes Upton. A 1-2-3 first. We'll head to the bottom of the first inning with no score. Starting lineup for the Astros, game number 24 for the defending world champions. And it'll look like this. George Springer leading things off, and right Altuve at second. Correa at short. Gurriel at first. Bregman at third. Gonzalez at left. Gaddis at DH. McCann behind the plate. Jake Marisnick, the Riverside Poly product, batting ninth. And he will patrol center field. Tyler Skaggs comes into play tonight with a 2-1 mark and a 3.98 earned run average through 20 1/3 innings.
Yeah, his fastball has been very good. 90-95 curveball, changeup. My go-tos for Tyler to be successful tonight is pitch in on the hand, especially against a number of these right-handed batters, and don't get Altuve'd. Altuve with great career numbers against the Angels and also against Tyler.
Last start for Skaggs went 4 1/3, gave up 6 runs on 8 hits. That was against the Boston Red Sox. First one's off the plate. Springer, 239. 8 doubles, 4 home runs, 16 runs batted in. It's an Astros team that comes into play tonight, 6th in the American League in average, 3rd in runs, and have struggled at home, believe it or not, offensively. 216 team batting average here at home, 278 away from Minute Maid, and right from the get-go, a 2-0 count against Springer. If it's close, he's going to let it fly. 2-1.
So that good life, four-seam fastball, upper part of the strike zone from Skaggs.
Well, Goopy, we talked about that in his last start against Boston, especially talking about launch angle and pitching down in the zone, which I think Tyler does very effectively. If he could start riding some of those pitches a little bit higher, belt high, the upper portion might get some swings and misses.
2-2, very similar to what we saw from Garrett Cole throwing that high fastball.
And it doesn't have to be 98.
No. We even saw with Andrew Triggs with the Oakland A's, done through hard, but he threw that fastball upper part of the strike zone, just slightly above, tough to make contact, especially with all this launch angle swings we're seeing.
Off speed, grounded to short. Cozart is there. 1 down.
It's pretty good to be able to have Cozart as your shortstop, filling in for one of the best in the game with Anderson Simmons.
Good fallback options. We take a look at the Angels on the defensive front. Young, Trout, and Upton in the outfield from left to right. Valbuena, the aforementioned Cozart on the left side. Kinsler and Pujols on the right side. Maldonado behind the plate.
And speaking of Cozart, he probably thought we were going to talk about him on the defensive side, getting that start at shortstop, 3rd amongst NL shortstop with a .981 fielding percentage over the last 4 seasons for the Reds. Very good at short. Never played 3rd or 2nd in his career in the big leagues. He's really done a good job there also.
Jose Altuve doing what he normally does. Hit .344 average to start. 4 doubles, 10 runs batted in. He's got a 6-game hitting streak. He'll pull this one over to 3rd. Valbuena's got it. Plays the short hop. 2 outs.
And my Hyundai key for this game tonight, going a little Coldplay. A sky full of stars. Which star will perform at their peak here tonight to win this game, especially with all the all-stars are in this game. Between Albert, Trout, you got Springer, you got Altuve, you got Carlos Correa, a number on both sides. Going down who comes through at the right time.
Carlos Correa, 351. All-star for first time last year. First pitch break, ball misses, so 3 batters in. Still no first pitch strike, but he's gotten 2 ground ball outs. Correa now 23 years of age. Coming off a season in which he had .315 with 24 home runs and drove in 84. 2 balls, no strikes. Over down the line. Pujols couldn't do anything about it. Hits a short wall. Correa's going to try to go to second base. A throw from Calhoun is a little bit off target. That ball seemed to check up off the wall. If it ricochets right to Cole, I think he's got a much easier play.
And Correa was committed out of the batter's box to try to get a double, get into scoring position. Pretty good pitch from Skaggs. It's a good swing from Correa to get that double down the line. A little two-seamer off the outside part of the plate. Picked up his 7th double this season. He's off to a very hot start. Cole's able to get that in quickly, but Correa runs well.
Yuli Gurriel, the first baseman. 33-year-old, hitting .273 to start the year with a home run, 5 runs batted in. That's the first pitch strike.
Good changeup. Try to run that fastball up and in elevated out of the strike zone.
Count even up at a ball and a strike. Man in scoring position. That's Springer with a 2-out double. Just off the plate. To Correa at second base. Kinsler shading Gurriel up the middle. Outfield straight around. Time is called.
Long look in for Tyler Skaggs with Martin Maldonado. Again, it's a pitcher you're calling your own game. Whatever pitch you're comfortable with, you have a game plan, but if you're comfortable in a certain pitch now, you go with it, especially with the runner in scoring position. It's a pretty good pitch.
3 balls and 1 strike.
See a little change up right on that outside corner, didn't get called.
Alex Bregman is the man on deck. Full count. Here at this ballpark, we get the luxury of having that camera that is straight away center field, right over the pitcher's mound, as opposed to being slightly off the side, as it is in most ballparks. Three-two, and he walked him. 2-out walk to Correa, now a walk. 2-out double, I should say, to Correa, now a walk. And Bregman will bat with a couple of men on.
That wasn't a bad idea for Skaggs. He threw a fastball, 3-1 to make it 3-2, 2-seamer away. Came back with a changeup. Gurriel was able to lay off that pitch. Wasn't a bad one.
16 pitches here in the first inning. Bregman, the 24-year-old third baseman, will come up. See his numbers on the year. Former first-round pick out of LSU in 2015. First one. That's it for a strike. Good slow breaking ball.
And the backdoor breaking ball also. As a hitter, you give up on that pitch thinking it's off the plate, and he brings it around and gets that outside part of it.
Eighth career start for Tyler against Houston. 3-2 with a 3.26 ERA. This is fourth start here in this ballpark. 1-1. Got his first 3.
He's pitched well in this yard.
Garrett Cole retired the side in order with a couple of strikeouts. Tyler retired the first 2 batters before Correa shot a double just inside the bag at first, and then Gurriel walked. What a 1. You can almost liken the Astros to the Red Sox, a team that if it's in the zone, they're not looking to take pitches and draw walks. They'll take it if it's given to them. That one's called a strike. 1-2.
Yeah, I think especially early on, if you can throw your off-speed pitches, whether it's your changeup especially, or even mix in your secondary pitch, your curveball with your Skaggs for strikes, they will expand at that point. But until you've proven it, they're going to sit fastball. Well, there's a number of hitters in this lineup for the Astros have had a tough time with a 4-seam fastball.
Astros last year 101 and 61. Smothered by Maldonado. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. No score. Bottom of the first. Bregman bouncing this one over to Valbuena. Goes to second base. And they'll force out Gurriel to finish off the first. We're off to the second inning with no score here at Minute Maid. Series is brought to you by your SoCal Chevy dealers. Find new roads. Minute Maid Park. Game 1 of a 3-game series. Quick roadie before heading back home. Take on the New York Yankees on Friday.
Who?
The Pinstripers.
Yes.
New York. Garrett Cole had himself a 1-2-3 first. Gives her a fly ball left. Trout and Upton striking out as Albert lines one right down Altuve. And if he doesn't catch it, perhaps decapitates the reigning MVP.
That ball was crushed by Albert. And he squared that up well. Altuve right there. Albert think he has a hit. Good job again as far as using that lower part of his body for leverage. Lines that one up the middle, but caught by Altuve.
I think that's happened quite a bit to Albert against the Astros.
Still, you got to stay with that swing, though, because when you get a pitch, you can elevate, you can hit the center, especially right center field. It carries very well there. You remember, Garrett Cole almost ended up with the Yankees during the wintertime before the Astros were able to pull off the deal.
The ball that Pujols hit 105 miles per hour off the bat. Valbuena comes in batting .243. 3 home runs, 8 runs batted in. Getting a start at third tonight. Cozart moving over to shortstop. And nothing to be alarmed about as far as Andrelton Simmons is concerned. He was hit on the right forearm yesterday, left the game. Mike Scioscia saying before the game today that it's precautionary, more than likely back in the lineup tomorrow.
Could be available at some point in tonight's game also.
Little dribbler back toward the mound. 2 down.
Now it's time for the Kia Drive to Success. Garrett Cole has been very successful so far this season. His first 3 times out. 11 or more strikeouts in each of those first 3. First doing that since Noel Ryan did it 1973 for the Angels. Last time out, there's 5 punch outs though for Cole.
Zach Cozart hitting .229, 3 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs, 8 runs batted in. And 0 for 3 yesterday's game.
I've been traveling into UCLA in college and have to deal with Garrett Cole and Trevor Bauer.
Yeah, not bad.
Teammates at UCLA.
Late first round pick by the Yankees out of high school. They were saying, we're going to go ahead and become a Bruin. Worked out well. First overall pick by Pittsburgh, 2011. Ended up with a career record of 59-42 with a 3.58 earned run average with the Pirates.
Remember, was at Ardens Lutheran. You can almost hear his curveball cutting through the air when he was in high school. Still has a very good one to go along with his slider.
Little jam shot over to Bregman. Plays a short hop. Off balance throws true, and the Angels down the order in the second. We'll head to the bottom of the frame. Scoreless.
These bends as far as scoreless debuts at 8 or more innings. Rudy May, Kurt Simmons, Nolan Ryan, Tommy John. Yes, Tommy John the pitcher, not this the elbow surgery.
What?
Jerry Royce, Sean Bosky, and Tyler Skaggs back on April 5th, 2014. And it was against the Astros here.
Tommy John's a real person.
Yes, not just the elbow.
Marwin Gonzalez takes the big bender in for a strike. Now, some say that Tommy John, borderline Hall of Famer.
Yes, well, yes. 280 plus wins. I'm in his book. Got a couple W's against me.
Oh, I thought.
Appreciated that. No,
I
not
thought he took it deep.
No. No.
I wouldn't be so braggadocious about that one, big guy.
No.
Backlegged you.
Yeah, 288 career wins. If it wasn't for me, we'd probably have about 285 or 6.
So you're trying to help him along.
Yeah, you know, I'm that kind of guy.
1 and 2. Giver.
Yeah.
Tyler allowing a 2-out double and a walk in the first, but nothing else. Gonzalez getting to start out in left field. Switch hitter. Just 200 this year. 5 doubles, a home run, 11 runs batted in. Career highs across the board for him last season. Almost got him to chase it. Marwin hit .303, 25 home runs, drove in 90. .25 pitches thus far. 2-2 on the way. Pulled down the left field line. It is hooking, and it is foul.
Now's the time. We talked about go-tos as far as success rate tonight for Skaggs. This is a good time, especially after a breaking ball here. Slow curveball, he's on it. I think that fastball up and in would be perfect right now. Fastball on the hands. See if Tyler will go that route right now. Not out over the plate, but right inside or slightly off the inside corner.
Jam little flare out to center field. Leadoff single. Leadoff man is on board. Hey, get your red on at Angel Stadium with the Coca-Cola Friends and Family Fun Pack. For only $48, get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 soft drinks. For more info on the Coca-Cola Friends and Family Fun Pack, go to angels.com.
That could be your favorite read, isn't it?
Yeah, every time.
Yep.
Big fan of the Coca-Cola. Diet Coke.
Yes.
That pitch in on Gonzalez, just not up.
Up, exactly. And he didn't square it up, but it was able to get at least a decent part of the bat on it instead of being up and in.
He'll dribble toward Kozar. Should be a double play, and it is.
That's a good turn. Ball was not squared up well by Gaddis. With the quick hands and transfer from Kozart to Kinsler. 6-4-3.
More importantly, on one pitch.
Quickly, Kinsler's able to get rid of that baseball to turn a double play. That's the second double play turn behind Skaggs so far this season. All 5 outs via the ground ball in this game for Skaggs at this point.
There's Brian McCann, the catcher. Kinsler's down in shallow right field. That's a pitch you got to be careful with. McCann has a home run this year, 318. 97 games last year, hit 241 for the Stros. That's a really good pitch. Yeah.
That's the pitch inside. Saw how he was tracking away. He tries to hook the baseball.
Two at one. Just 326 down the right field line here at Minute Maid. 373 to the power alley right center. 409 to straightaway center. 404 just to the left of that. Then you got 362 to the power alley and the Angels bullpen in left. 315 in the Crawford boxes in left field. Good breaking ball, evens the count at 2-2. Got varying degrees of wall height, angles. You can never give up on the baseball here. You kind of have to make sure it doesn't get by you. I got rid of Towles Hill a couple years ago. 2-2, and that's skied to right. Cole underneath it. Has to come in a little bit. And Skaggs faces the minimum 3 courtesy of that double play. Ball will head to the third with no score. season series between these two ball clubs. And so far, nothing happening for the Angels. 6 up, 6 down, and it'll be Calhoun, Young, and Maldonado coming up against Garrett Cole, who has a couple of strikeouts. Halos have a couple of guys that are in the midst of a really tough offensive funk. Cole is one of them, 0 for 19. Which upped it now 0 for 20. Then Maldonado, who's due up third this inning.
Look in that good swing that last at bat for Cole, carrying some momentum here.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Maldonado, I think he'll probably try to go up there and shorten up his swing and utilize that power alley in right center field. That'd be much better for him.
Our team in the midst of an 0 for 22.
He's got good life on his fastball. 98. And he'll rush that 4-seamer upstairs.
Infield play, Cole to pull. Outfield playing him to go the opposite way. And he'll strike out swinging. 98-mile-per-hour fastball, 1 out.
Let's take a look at our pitch cast, brought to you by Nissan. Fastball 98 right on the outside part of the plate as Cole had to deal with a fastball. The inside part, he comes back. Garrett Cole to the outside corner. He's had 19 pitches so far in this game at 95 miles an hour or faster. So 95 or faster, 19 pitches so far. Throwing a few more fastballs than he has so far this season. He's got a good one working.
Chris Young tonight getting a start out in left field with Upton serving as the DH.
Back home here for Chris Young.
Up in Bel Air, Texas, just to the west of downtown Houston. Run around, gonna leave it up to count. 16th round pick by the White Sox out of Bel Air High School back in 2001. Chris hitting .250. 1 double, 1 home run, 3 runs batted in.
That's the pitch right there you want to make sure you don't miss on. He fouled that one just back off the catcher's mitt. 95, but he didn't get that up and in. And that short swing for Chris Young, he can hook that over the Crawford boxes. Shook off a fastball in to go back to a slider, it looks like.
Two balls, 2 strikes just off the plate.
Tell you what, McCann is a smart catcher though. He went fastball in. He's assuming as a hitter you're going to look away the next pitch. He wanted to go fastball back in. And Cole shook off to a slider, then he came back with a fastball and he just missed that outside corner at 98, but clearly not a strike.
That's out toward center. That's Marisnik going back on it. 2 down. Eight up, 8 down for Garrett Cole. Here's Maldonado. .25 strikes, 9 balls so far for Cole. Martin at 192 with that 0 for 22. And 3 hits in a game against the Texas Rangers back on April the 10th. And, hasn't picked one up since. This one's out to right. Chasing Springer back a little bit. And the Halos down in order. So 9 up, 9 down for Cole. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd with no score. Fox. Join Troy Aikman and Joel Klatt in Dallas for all of the big picks. Thursday and Friday live on Fox and NFL Network.
Ready for your Chiefs pick here?
They don't have a first round pick this year.
They don't have a first round?
No. Their first round pick starting at quarterback.
Yes, that's right.
Patrick
Well, I would have
Mahomes.
set the Eagles up to go ahead and do something special again, I would imagine.
But the Browns have the first and the fourth.
Yes.
No Johnny Manziel in the draft this year, right?
Well, he's working out, I know that, but he's not in the draft, though.
Can he be redrafted? See if the Browns take him again. That worked out well. No scores. We start the third. 9-1-2. Marisnick, Springer, and Altuve. No strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 hits allowed for Tyler Skaggs. Ground ball over the short. Wasn't squared up. Cozart has to get rid of that quickly because of Marisnick getting down that line.
How quick that transfer was for Cozart. So comfortable at shortstop. By the way, my brothers went to that draft last year in Philly. They said it was so much fun.
Really? Yeah. That's a long day. I can imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's long watching it on TV, just sitting there waiting.
But the energy when your team is being picked, who you're going to get, it's a lot of fun.
Can you tailgate inside the auditorium? Now that'd be fun.
Well, it may have happened.
Philly. Oh, man. Springer grounded out to Cozart in his first inning at bat. Looks at a strike.
How amazing was his adjustment from that game 1 of the World Series to end up winning the World Series MVP.
Yep.
It was some kind of special. Great young man.
Career high in home runs and RBIs last year. 1-1.
He hasn't got that fastball in. He wanted that one in. Maldonado was set up in, elevated 91, but out over the middle of the plate. 10 batters faced, 7 times he's thrown a first pitch strike so far. Not bad.
Good off-speed pitch. 6-0 off. 2 down. Hey, join your Angels Thursday, May the 3rd with the Baltimore Orioles in town. It's a 7:07 start. Fans in attendance will receive a festive poncho courtesy of Waba Grill. For more information on that festive poncho,
So festive.
just go to angels.com. I mean, festive is italicized and bold on my read.
Festive.
Festive. Altuve looks at a strike. Jose grounded out to Valbuena in the first.
Missed again as far as going inside with his fastball. Again, he's done a pretty good job as far as getting ground ball out so far in this game. 7 outs via the ground ball, the 8.
Now, we've used the term before, not necessarily just with Tyler, but we've used it with other starters on the Angels rotation, or in the Angels rotation, about conviction. I'll follow that up here in a second. This one's fouled back into 2-2. It's one thing to want to pitch inside, but then it's another to have the conviction to do it and say, you know what, I'm going to force myself to do it. If I hit him, I hit him, but I've got to be able to establish that inside part of the play.
I'm going to throw inside, and if I miss, I'm not missing out over the plate.
Right.
I'm missing off the plate in.
Breaking ball, just pop up. Shallow right, Kinsler calling for it. And apparently he thought he heard somebody call him off, and it falls in there.
He seemed like he was camped underneath it to make the play. Cole coming in. He's got the hand up. Cole stops.
That ball's got to be caught. And to me, on a ball like that, when it's not hit that high, that's a second baseman. I know we talk about the outfielders calling off infielders.
Yeah, but he called it right away, and Cole got out of the way.
That's a hit for Jose Altuve. He's over at first, and what should have been a 1-2-3 quick third inning.
And now a stolen base threat at first. And we know the issues at times for Tyler for that. He's given up 2 stolen bases in 2 attempts. 33 stolen bases against him overall in 43 attempts in his career. And you got to deal with Carlos Correa up with someone on as compared to leading off an inning. And a few extra pitches thrown.
One-0 count.
Anticipate this break of ball potentially in the dirt. Nice job by Martin Maldonado getting that body over, keeping it in the front. Looking to see if Altuve was going to go. A couple of MVPs in their careers. Altuve, Albert at first. It's a time you have to clear your mind right away if you're Tyler Skaggs. You knew you made a perfect pitch to get through the inning. Play was not made. But the way Garrett Cole is throwing, you can't allow that to affect what you're doing as far as your game plan.
Two and one.
Serious talent over there at first base between Altuve and Pujols. Good pitch. Had him looking off speed, got a fastball instead. Lower part of the strike zone.
Two-two pitch. Bouncer toward third. Valbuena's got it. Fair ball. Across the diamond. Low throw, but Albert's got it. And Tyler had to throw, what, 5 extra pitches? No damage done. We'll head to the 4th inning. Angels still looking for that first base runner. We're scoreless.
Together on the road. Big time numbers. First 10 games, 9-1. The Angels. Marte, 400 batting average. Ian Kinsler coming in this game, 385. Kozar, 341. Trout on deck, 326. And Anderson Simmons may be available later in the game, 325 through his first 10 games.
Kinsler leading things off, and he'll ground this one to the left side. Altuve, the backhand, gets Kinsler. One pitch, one out.
Now let's take a look at our tools of the trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks with Mike Trout coming to play yesterday afternoon against the Giants. A backup breaking ball. Trout took it as if setting him up. And then Aaron tried to throw a fastball away. Trout on it. Set him up perfectly to drive that one out to right center field for a 2-run home run for Trout. His 9th home run this season. 3 games in a row for a home run for Trout. What a setup he had on that pitcher.
It's a lot of movement from Guerin as well. A little downstairs.
And you can tell the way Trout, and Albert Pujols does it too. All the great ones set up pitchers thinking, okay, hey, he doesn't read the pitch out of my hand real well, and he was, boom, right on it.
Mike struck out on a high fastball in the first. Man, he'd love to have that one back, a little backup spinner.
Imagine that sound.
A little different sound with the roof open.
Yeah.
It's closed, it sounds like a cannon. That drill out towards center. Marisnik back a couple of steps. Just in on the hands enough. 2 outs.
Well, and you're struggling as an offense, and then you have to deal with some of these pitchers we've seen of late, especially Johnny Cueto yesterday had an ERA coming into the game 0.45, after the game 0.35. And you got Garrett Cole coming into this game 0.96.
Upton struck out in the first. But wouldn't it lead you to believe that you would try to do something different? Make someone feel their position, Cole or anybody else, just try to change it up a little bit.
Always felt, especially with a pitcher, especially a high energy guy like Garrett Cole, he's very, very high energy and aggressive on the mound. He attacks hitters. Make him feel his position, move around. If he makes an errant throw on a bunt, then all of a sudden things can change quickly.
He's had zero stress thus far. 11 up, 11 down with 3 strikeouts.
Hasn't had to move off that pitching mound yet.
Nope.
You want to do that. You want to make him uncomfortable. Now you wonder if he's either going to throw that curveball in the dirt or run that fastball upstairs. We've seen that pitch be effective against Justin Upton of late, that high fastball. Four-seamer.
Sorry, Goop. It's another one of those pitches that Justin, when he was going good, would hammer. Said it's a foul ball. And a 1-2 count. Fastball called, strike 3 at 98. 12 up and 12 down, 4 strikeouts for Cole. Skaggs matching zeros so far, though we're scoreless.
Is brought to you by your Southern California Ford dealers. By Carl's Jr., the Western Bacon Cheeseburger is calling your name, little buddy. Pick it up. And by your Southern California Cadillac dealers.
No score in the opening game of this 3-game set here in Houston. Beautiful night. Nothing happening as far as the score is concerned so far. Garrett Cole has been as advertised, and Tyler Skaggs so far has done a nice job limiting The Astros had 3 hits. It actually should be 2, and it should have been a 1-2-3 third inning, but that bloop to right field fell off the bat of Altuve. So Yuli Gurriel will lead things off. He's the cleanup hitter and first baseman. Takes the first pitch strike. Gurriel worked the walk in the first inning, the only free pass issued by Skaggs. No strikeouts as of yet for the lefty. That's lined to right. Cole is there. 1 down.
This quick out so important. Keep in mind though, for Tyler yesterday afternoon, I say not last night, but in the afternoon, was up warming up, potentially coming into the game. He said he only threw about 15 to 18 pitches, and they were not at full max speed until he said the last few he did after the base hit. And bringing up Kinzer there to the play by Maldonado, got that hit, changed things up slightly.
Or to use a Mike Scioscia term, not full gorilla warm up. He did not get heated. He would have had to crank it up had the game been tied. Got asked a lot that what would have happened tonight if Tyler had to come into the game. And you worry about the next day, the next day.
When you get a chance to come back and win a game like yesterday's game, I think you do whatever it takes to win.
Bregman bounced into a fielder's choice. It ended the first inning. 0 for 1. Skies this with a left. Chris Young has to come in on it. 2 down.
There's Shohei Ohtani on the mound tomorrow night. Had that bullpen session, threw 37 of them yesterday. Felt great. Looking forward to a big time test here tomorrow night.
Nick Tropiano digging the music here.
Yes.
Angels did make a couple of call-ups today. Jaime Barria was sent down after the game yesterday. And today the Angels placed Blake Wood on the 10-day DL. A pinchman at the back of his elbow. He was asked to start to warm up last night or yesterday afternoon at home, but just couldn't do it. Today placed on the DLs. The Angels called back up Eduardo Paredes to fill in for Blake.
And we were surprised when we saw him warming up and then saw Keenan Middleton coming in the game. That's the reason why Keenan came in the game.
Yeah. Justin Anderson, another call-up for the Angels. Whenever he gets into a game, he'll be making his big league debut. And how about that? He comes home to Houston wearing an Angels uniform. Justin, a 14th round pick by the Halos in 2014, now the University of Texas, San Antonio.
St. Pius High School here, Houston area.
Gonzalez fouls it off 1-2. Marwin with a base hit leading off the second.
Roga's bat on that breaking ball so far in this game. It's been a pitcher's duel between 2 SoCal natives. Santa Monica High School, Tyler Skaggs. Orange Lutheran High School, Garrett Cole.
Marwin had to get new lumber. Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're in the 4th. Jam shot out to right field. Both times Gonzalez not necessarily squaring up the baseball, but he picks up a 2-out knock this time.
Yeah, that was a pretty good pitch again for Skaggs. Runs his fastball. Didn't quite get in far enough, but a firm fastball, 93. Exactly what he wanted to try to do there. Again, he missed just slightly out over the plate instead of you're going to miss slightly off the plate. Gaddis always aggressive on the first pitch. Saw one pitch and grounded into a double play. Last at bat, so you got to be careful first pitch against him. Yeah, I think he was trying to hit the ball the other way there, don't you think?
Yeah. He saw one pitch in the second and he grounded into a 6-4-3 double play. Popped up near the dugout, and that's headed out of play.
At one point, Gaddis left the game of baseball. Janitor for a while, came back to the game. Been pretty successful since doing so.
Well, he was an incredibly talented high school player, had college scholarship offers across the board, but personally had some issues that he wanted to deal with and wanted to get away from certain things, and was able to get it all sorted out. Crazy odyssey that he went on, but it's worked out well for him. He was a big-time prep player in the Dallas area.
Always fun to talk to also. By the way, again, Tyler did not get that fastball in far enough. It's almost going to get to the point now where Maldonado's going to have to set a little bit further off the inside corner to make sure if he misses, it's off the plate end. Although now you could possibly bounce a breaking ball, see if you can get him to chase it.
Better be down
in the dirt, bouncing it.
Tyler wanted that pitch just off the plate. 1-2. 60 pitches now for the lefty.
Looked like about a half a baseball or less off the outside corner, tailed away. We're so used to Maldonado getting those pitches that are not necessarily in the strike zone called strikes. A little over 3% last season.
Two balls, two strikes, two outs. Bouncer. Valbuena has it. He'll go the short way. They'll force out Gonzalez. 4 complete here at Minute Maid. We're still scoreless.
by SoCal Toyota. Garrett Cole's had a tremendous four-seam fastball working at 98 miles an hour, 4 punch-outs, and the big thing, his spin rate, 23.10, 27.47 as far as the spin rate, 23.41, 24.61. See what his average spin rate last season as far as a four-seamer, 21.63 RPM. This season, 23.32. Why is that important? That spin rate allows that the illusion as if the baseball is rising in the strike zone. More difficult for hitters to track and to lay off that pitch. That four-seamer and that spin rate, very, very good this season for Garrett Cole. Big time difference. And that's something they preach down here also as far as their pitching staff.
Albert looks at a breaking ball for a strike to start the 5th. Cole has faced 12 and he's retired 12. 4 via the strikeout. Albert saw one pitch in the second and lined out to Altuve.
When you go back to that spin rate, how you're able to get that and increase that. A lot of times when you look at pitchers, they have that baseball. There should be a gap between the palm of your hand and your fingertips. Baseball off the fingertips creates that spin rate, especially on a four-seamer, rising in the strike zone.
Breaking ball, bounce foul. Dino backs up on it, has it as usual.
Those hands, fantastic. Dino Evil. And you always will try to find some Angel fans, and there's always a lot here, even in Houston.
Albert goes down swinging for the first down here in the 5th.
Now going back to that conventional slider down and away. Tight break to that pitch. That arm angle, it's about a 3/4 delivery, not straight over the top. Sometimes on a slider, and especially a curveball, spin rate important. Spin rate on a splitter, like we'll see that tomorrow night from Shohei, is not as important. The less spin, the better on a splitter as compared to a four-seam fastball and curve and slider.
Valbuena, a little number back to the mound in the 2nd.
By the way, Victor, that spin rate 27.95 on that slider he threw. That's why it's so difficult for a hitter to track that spin on that slider like that. You're committed, think it's a fastball, but that late break to it in the spin looks like a fastball and then breaks away from the barrel of the bat.
Gets the benefit of the call there. That was off the plate.
It's a backdoor slider also. Again, especially with a break ball slider.
That's hit toward the right side and beats the shift, and the Angels get their first base runner of the ball game, a 1-out single.
You talk about a slider with a good break to it. Spin rate very important for that. Even more so than I think even a curveball for your slider. Picks up that first hit. Was in a better hitter's count. Got one of those sliders because he tracked that pitch before away and off the plate. This time he got the plate and lines it in the right center field for a base hit. First time pitching out of the stretch. That's when you take advantage of a pitcher when he's not used to it. He hasn't done that since he warmed up in the bullpen.
Zach Cozart 0 for 1. Fouls the first one back.
I like it. He was on it. Mentioned that when you haven't pitched out of the stretch yet, you had your pitches down in the bullpen. It's different for you. Your balance is slightly different. That's a good approach there. Great numbers for Cozart so far on the road, and he had a pretty good pitch to drive.
Zach, a career .281 hitter with 4 home runs here at Minute Maid Park. That's off the plate. 2-1.
Count a lot. You'll see action put on for Mike Scioscia. Long series of signs by Dino Weeble to Luis Valbuena and Zach Cozart. Not easy to put a hit and run on him when someone's throwing 98 miles an hour, though.
98 inside. Not afraid to throw inside.
No.
3-1.
And I think the thought of that, he held that ball a lot longer than normal, thinking that maybe he would give up as far as the hit and run. Pitch range so far, 98 best fastball, 4-seamer. Curveball the slowest one at 81. He will throw a changeup, although his changeup has been hit this year. 444 batting average.
Calhoun on deck. 1 out single for Valbuena. 3-1 is downstairs and he walked him. So 2 men on now with 1 out.
See how odd that was when you haven't pitched from the stretch. He didn't have a good feel. Even the one strike he threw, that was right down the heart of the plate. Cozart, he just missed it. It's not that that happened a whole lot for me, Victor. I was usually out of the stretch from the first batter of the game, but if I ever got through 1 inning, it was different.
I would imagine that it's one of those situations that when you go out to the mound to start your warm-up pitches, when you're in that mode of 3-4 into the 5th inning, having not allowed a base runner, that's the time when you kind of do some toss him from the mound from the stretch, just to give you a little different feel, just in case.
You would think, but you know, pitchers pretty superstitious. You probably think, you know what, I'm not even going to pitch out of the stretch this whole game. And until that good at bat by Valbuena, he had not. 4 1/3 hitless baseball.
Calhoun struck out leading off the 3rd. He's ahead of the count at 1-0. Pitcher's pitch. 97. 1 ball, 1 strike. Short schedule throughout Major League Baseball. White Sox leading Seattle 8-0. Oakland leading Texas up in Arlington 3-1. Yankees leading Minnesota 4-1. Cleveland leading Baltimore 2-1. Cole bounces this one to the right side, a base hit. Valbuena is going to be waved around, heading to 3rd as Cozart, and the Angels have a 1-0 lead.
Cole's got to feel real good about that one. Not only a base hit, but an RBI base hit. And with that swing of the bat, it's our top tier play brought to you by Arco. With zeros across the board so far, zeros no more on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Got that one in the hole between 1st and 2nd, with Springer playing well in the right center field, not in position to try to make a play at the plate. This throws it into 2nd, 1st and 3rd. 1-0 Angels.
Snaps that 0 for 20 for Calhoun. It's first RBI since April 12th at Kansas City.
All set up on that good at bat by Luis Valbuena. That was the exact same pitch the pitch before for Cole against Cole Calhoun. 97 away, 97 away. Just like the slider, and then he threw another slider to the Valbuena and got a hit. So you track sequences and patterns as a hitter against a pitcher, especially when he's dealing.
Young hit a fly ball to center field in the 3rd inning. The Angels would take that now with a man at 3rd. Fastball right down the pipe. Just on the inside part of that plate. 0-1.
Real good career numbers in this ballpark too. 380 in this yard. 11 home runs.
I like that pitch though. That's that.
Yes.
Let me jam him.
Yeah, you're better off letting that one go. Only if 2 strikes, different. First pitch, let it go.
Another one.
That's McCann factor right there. Backed it up with a fastball in. Remember, he tried to get Garrett Cole to do that earlier. John Smoltz talks so highly of McCann as far as his pitch calling and pitch framing abilities. Now, pitch framing not as good as it was early in his career, but still a very good game caller.
Off the plate. Off speed pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike.
It's a chance right now. This is an opportunity for Chris Young, we talked about those numbers here in this ballpark. You try to get something you can lift deep in the air. A lot of room on that right side of the infield also, but you're thinking in terms of a fly ball, something you can elevate. And you can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to pitch him inside to prevent him from doing that.
Breaking ball, it's in there. Young thought that pitch was down in the zone. Asking Stu Sherwater.
That's more of a backup breaking ball. See if it does catch the lower part of the strike zone. It just barely touches it. Pretty tough not to give up on that pitch as a hitter as you're trying to do your job getting this run home. Starts off the plate and it barely catches the bottom part.
Cozart at third, Calhoun at first. 1-0 Angels. We're in the fifth. Young bounces it foul. Angels making their Cole work here in the fifth inning. Struck out Pujols to start this fifth. That made it 13 straight batters retired before the Valbuena single. Beating the shift. Cozart walked. Calhoun snapping it 0 for 20 with an RBI single through the right side. Blocked by McCann. Full count.
That's a good take. Quite a few pitches this inning for Cole. 22 so far. Very economical second and fourth. There's 17 combined in those 2 innings. Throw more in this inning already and still only 1 out.
Three-two. Calhoun on the move. Bouncer over the mound. Altuve gets the out at second. Throws the fourth to double play. Even with Calhoun on the move, Gary Cedarstrom makes the call about at second base. The Angels only get 1 out of it. 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the fifth.
Shohei Ohtani on the mound against Charlie Morton, who was outstanding in the World Series last year. Off to a great start this season. Nick Tropiano going against Justin Verlander, 3-0. He has won almost every time he's ever touched that mound here wearing that Astro uniform. 3-0 with an ERA. He's got that high ERA working though, 1.1. How does he fit in with this rotation with that ERA?
Maybe they're allowing the veteran to be a part of it. Let him experience some of it.
Yes. There he is.
Tyler Skaggs takes a 1-0 lead out to the mound. He's going to face 8-9-1 McCann, Marisnik, and Springer. McCann a fly ball to right field, the second.
Good pitch. Straight on the inside corner, not called that time.
One.
Break back in.
Kinsler out at shallow right with the shift on. And that's a called strike. The first strikeout of the night for Tyler Skaggs.
Curveball at 76 after a couple 90-mile-an-hour fastballs inside the McCann. So the inside pitch set up the outside part of the plate and froze him. McCann knew it. Pitch range so far as speed, 93 best four-seam fastball, 71 his slowest curveball.
Marisnik late on that fastball. Grounded out to short in his third inning at bat.
Back-to-back good fastballs, great location. 92, 91. I like that. Right back out. Now you could even try it if you wanted to. You can go a fastball about a baseball or a baseball and a half off the outside corner. Get him to chase it. And you got to be ready on the right side of the infield to get a ground ball that way if he's late.
And when you're ahead of the count, you typically get hitters to swing at those type of pitches, trying to protect.
And I still think the way he's swinging those pitches, you think, well, maybe I can try to sneak something in. I go further away. I wouldn't give in as far as trying to challenge in because he's missed out over the plate a couple times on fastballs.
.72 pitches for Tyler. One out here, the fifth. Got him. Foul tipped into the mid. Two down. Back-to-back punch-outs.
Boy, a real good sequence throughout that entire at bat for Marisnik. It was 4 for 4 in his career against Skaggs, but he runs that four-seam fastball upstairs. Good follow through. Great balance. Making sure if you miss, it was going to be above the strike zone, and he got that swing and miss.
George Springer at the plate is grounded out twice. That's a short, once the second. Out towards center field. Trout down his tracks, has to come in on that sinking liner. How about a 1-2-3 shutdown inning for Tyler Skaggs? 1-0 Halos. We head to the sixth.
Hyundai, get a great deal more than a great deal on all new Hyundai vehicles. See your Hyundai dealer today. By Jack in the Box, try the new Cholula Buttery Jack, part of the Buttery Jack family, only at Jack in the Box. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers.
Halo's up 1-0 as we start the 6th here in Houston. The opener of this 3-game set. Maldonado, Kinsler, and Trout to face Garrett Cole. Those 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, gave up 2 hits and a run in the 5th. Maldonado, a fly ball to right in his 3rd inning at bat. Pulling off yet again on a pitch. He's trying to pull everything.
Struggled mightily at home on the road. That was earlier when he was really swinging the bat well on 296 on the road this season.
Top part of the strike zone, 0-2.
Still pretty firm with his fastball too, Garrett Cole. 96, 69th pitch. Both pitchers so far pretty economical as far as pitch count. Curveball, 70th pitch.
Out towards center field. Resnick back a couple of steps. 1 out. And this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. So it'll bring up Kinsler, 0 for 2. Skied one to left in the 1st inning, grounded out to short in the 4th. Jammed with that fastball up and in.
And he was ready and hoping to get a fastball, but that had some pretty good life on it. We've seen over the years with Kinsler, he is very quick. And a high fastball, especially early in the count.
.267 career average in this ballpark. Played here quite a bit. Member of the Texas Rangers organization. The Silver Boot Series.
A Silver Boot.
Oh yeah. One-two count. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 left on for the Angels. No runs, 4 hits, 4 left on for the Stros. Got him looking. Painted on the inside part of the plate, 2 outs.
McCann effect again. Back-to-back fastballs in. Let's go back to my Hyundai key for this game. Sky full of stars. Biggest star in the game at the plate right now, Mike Trout, trying to add on to this lead. This is a 1-0 lead so far, but Trout with 9 home runs already this season, the reigning MVP. Altuve, lots of stars in this game tonight. 2 very good teams battling out here in the AL West.
0-1 count. Mike 0 for 2. A strikeout and a fly ball to center. Pops this one up. Gurriel going back on it. Into foul territory. Here comes Springer out of nowhere. Almost makes a play on it.
You've seen him make some unbelievable plays. He's so quick out in the outfield. He's played some center field. He's basically a center fielder, playing right. Good effort by George Springer. Look how far he's got to go. And how close he came to getting in this baseball.
I never even thought of Springer, considering that ball and where Gurriel was at. But out of nowhere, almost makes an unbelievable play, and the Astros faithful acknowledge it as he heads back over to right field. 0-2 count on Mike.
Now he's drifting a little bit further towards that right field line because Trout is behind.
That's why.
Yeah, and Trout's behind in the count 0-2.
Fastball, watch out, almost decapitated Garrett Cole.
Wow. Talk about exit velocity off of the bat.
That, my friends, is Chuck and Duck.
Wow, that ball was hit hard. It's a fastball. Just fortunate enough for Garrett, he's able to get out of the way. Puts that glove up quickly, which you're taught to do. You do not care if you catch, you just have that up there for protection. You really have no time when you think about it. After you release the baseball as a pitcher, you're about 50 feet away.
It's a 97-mile-per-hour fastball. Wow. 106 miles per hour off the bat.
So you're talking, and he's a big guy, Garrett Cole, so he's releasing the baseball 50 feet away.
Will that shake you up a little bit?
Yes. Oh, yeah. You're going to make sure you don't leave anything out over the plate.
I mean, you're feeling pretty good about your 97, 98 mile per hour cheese, and all of a sudden it's coming right back at you at 106 off the bat.
Your heart's beating a little bit quicker. Cole's given up 3 stolen bases in 3 attempts this year. He's also given up 93 stolen bases, 117 in his career. So I think Mike Trout may be on the move. He looked like he was leaning.
A pitch up to the inside.
Looked like he was leaning again.
Yeah, saw that.
I think you have to take a shot.
Yeah, for sure. Upton's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. See if he can get maybe a flare to fall in there. Man in scoring position. Trout takes off. Breaking ball misses. The throw out in time.
I think that's the right move for stolen base. The 11th stolen base for the Angels have not been caught yet. Ken had no chance. Again, you look at reports, scouting reports. How do you get yourself in position to score runs against Garrett Cole? You got to try to steal. Slides in there, pick the right pitch. Also on a breaking ball. The Trout thinking stolen base, never looks back. Gets in a scoring position now for Justin Upton.
Justin with a 1 ball, 1 strike count. 0 for his last 21. Halos up 1-0. We're in the 6th.
That's his zone, 96 and down. He's had a couple pitches tonight that's his spot when he's locked in. He's been punched out twice, but he's had a couple good pitches and do damage. Missed it.
Both fastballs and the breaking ball, both in his zone. And I'd imagine they'll ride another one upstairs. That's how he's gotten it the last couple of times. Last time went down looking. The 1-2, where the breaking ball gets away from McCann, and Trout will take third on the wild pitch.
Now it's time for the Coors Banquet timeless moment with Justin Upton at the plate. Going back a couple years, 2013, went back-to-back home runs with his brother Melvin, who's a member of the Braves. Upton just looking now for a base hit. They're going back-to-back as brothers. "75 years between that happening in the majors."
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Trout standing at third. 2-2. That's off the plate. Full count. Didn't miss by much, but it missed.
And that's a frustrated, angry look for Garrett Cole. He thought he executed a perfect slider. A little bit off the plate, though. Pujols would love a chance to hit in this inning.
Back inside 3-2. That is out towards center field. Marisnik giving chase. That's going to be over his head and off the wall. Trout will score. Upton in at second. It's an RBI double. 2-0 Angels.
Right on cue with that timeless moment. Almost hit it out of the ballpark, off the wall for an RBI double for Justin Upton. Exit velocity on this swing. 110 miles per hour fastball. Again, he got one of those pitches out over the plate, but down, and he crushed it. Big RBI double. 4th of the season. 12th RBI for Justin Upton.
That snaps an 0 for 21 for Justin. He's in scoring position. Here's Albert. Pujols 0 for 2. Line down to second. Struck out leading off the 5th. Bounds are foul, trying to pull that breaking ball.
Mr. Hands, Dino Ebel again.
.86 pitches now for Garrett Cole. Head of the count at 0-2. Now the 1-2 pitch. Took something off on the off speed there. 2-2. It's the second time this year that Garrett Cole's allowed 2 runs in a game. He's yet to allow 3 in a game. In all 4 starts this year prior to tonight. He's worked in even 7 innings. We're in the 6th inning right now.
Pujols just 8 hits away from 3,000.
Upton standing at second. There comes the 2-2. Got a fastball. He was on it. Fouls it back. Handles with a solo run in the 5th. 1 so far here in the 6th. Looking for more. Lays off the breaking ball.
That is a sharp slider. Now, a quick conversation.
Oh, a 3-2 count. Just one of those, what do you want to do here?
Yep. Give him the option. Especially if there's an open base. Although Valbuena base hit last at bat. The Pujols with a lot of real good, powerful numbers career-wise against the Astros. Always remembering those numbers. 57 career home runs for Pujols against the Astros.
That's incredibly long meeting just to decide what pitch you're going to throw.
I think he wanted to tell him, hey, Albert's got 57 career home runs against us. What do you think?
Hank Aaron. Wow. some similarities to some of the numbers that Albert is currently chasing to that of Hank Aaron. Cole's ready. Now the 3-2 over the breaking ball. It's bounced foul. We're talking about that in the dugout today as far as the milestones for Pujols as he's getting closer and closer to 3,000 hits. 618 home runs. Could potentially get to 700 at the end of his career. Plus 2,000 RBIs. Albert currently at 1,930 runs batted in. That would be select company if you were never to get there.
Frustrated again. That's what you want as a hitter. You want to see some indecision with a pitcher on the mound. His RBI totals 70 away from 2,000.
Upton at second base, and another 3-2 pitch. On the back.
Good hack again. Pitch down the bullpen now, moving around, stretching around. No throwing yet down there for the Astros, but they're starting to move around.
Wonder after back-to-back fastballs, does he go back to a breaking ball?
That slider was pretty wicked. He just took earlier in this at bat.
And he takes that one, a bat flip for Pujols. He'll take the walk. So Valbuena will bat with 2 men on and 2 outs. It's a second walk issued by Cole.
That's a good take. That's a real good at bat by Pujols. Didn't expand his strike zone and chase. He had some good swings at fastballs. A couple sliders that were wicked, but out of the strike zone, he took them.
Some movement now in the Astros pen out at right center field. There are the base runners. Upton at second, Pujols at first. Luis is the first base runner to reach for the Angels against Cole with 1 out in the 5th. He had a base hit and eventually scored. A single by Calhoun. Shift on, 3 infielders on the right side.
That slider didn't have a whole lot of depth to it. That's a very hittable one. It definitely was in the strike zone.
Tied him up with a fastball. Valbuena leaves a couple of men on. The Angels do get a run. It's 2-0 Halos as we get to the bottom of the 6th. 6:07 start. Stay for the post-game Saturday night fireworks show presented by Wells Fargo. For tickets and more information, just go to angels.com. Tyler Skaggs takes a 2-0 lead to the mound here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Altuve, Correa, and Gurriel coming up. Jose had a bloop single. That was on the miscommunication between Kinsler and Calhoun in the 3rd. He's 1 for 2. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, and 4 hits allowed for Skaggs tonight. 76 pitches.
Coming into this inning, Skaggs has faced 19 batters, 14 first pitch strikes. Now behind, though, to Altuve, 2-0. Good pitch. And the one thing so far this season, numbers against Altuve: 250 batting average versus a fastball, 500 versus a curveball and changeup. 2 pitches that Skaggs will throw as far as his secondary pitches. Late on that fastball. Those numbers: 231 even versus a 4-seam fastball, which Tyler's thrown quite a bit of them tonight, but just 250 overall versus a fastball, 500 curve and change batting average.
3-2 on the way. This is lifted foul.
So again, late on a fastball.
It's almost like you feel compelled to throw an off-speed pitch to get him off your fastball. Instead, it should be the other way around.
Yep.
Show him that slow breaking ball somewhere out of the zone. Back to the fastball, and that's lofted out toward right field. Cole back up a couple of steps onto the track. In this ballpark, you never know. 1 out.
Arco, quality top-tier gas for less.
One out, nobody on for Correa. Doubled inside the first base bag in the 1st, grounded out in the 3rd. One ball, 1 strike. Trout a couple of steps to the alley, right center field against Correa. Everyone else straight up. The infield and the outfield.
Tried that changeup, not a bad pitch. Just a little bit off the corner, though.
3-1. Line towards second. Gloved by Kinsler. No, they say he did not catch it. It was short hopped. Correa thought he caught it. He was headed back to the dugout. 2 outs.
Went right after him, even though 3-1 count, you're up by 2, you have to go after him. That's exactly what Skaggs did. Kinsler, nice play.
Two outs, nobody on. Here's Gurriel, first baseman. Walking a fly ball to right.
Backdoor curveball. Every once in a while, he'll get around his changeup and ends up cutting instead of sinking, fading down and away. But still, the speed difference between his fastball and changeup solid.
Hector Rondon getting ready. One pitch. Oh, good off speed.
Now, what an adjustment on that changeup. That had that fade to it. See where this starts? Middle of the plate, then fades down. Perfect pitch for Skaggs.
Ground ball to short. Cozart on to Pujols. So 1, 2, 3 shutdown inning for Tyler Skaggs. We're through 6 in Houston. Halos have themselves a 2-0 lead.
That swing, you talk about covering a baseball, hanging, breaking ball. See ya. Home run. Stanton, his 5th of the season, 3 for 3 on the game with 2 RBI, including that home run. The Yankees lead Minnesota now 8-1 in the 8th inning. See ya.
Garrett Cole back out for the 7th inning. Cozart, Calhoun, and Young for the Angels. The first pitch in for a strike. Cozart, a ground out and a walk. Two balls, one strike. Season high in pitches thrown for Cole, 102. He's done it twice. Foul back above us. 2-2.
Under pitches now thrown from Garrett Cole, 67 strikes. Pretty good ratio.
Check swing on the slider, and he went around. Eric Cooper rings it up.
Almost ringed him up before he even got asked to check on it.
1 out.
See what he did. It looked like from our angle he did. No, he didn't. He was able to check on that one. Crews are not real happy about that. I don't blame them. And going back in this game, remember we talked about it earlier, less fastballs thrown this season for Garrett Cole, down to 51.8%. 3 of the 4 hits against him today have been on fastballs, including the one that Cole hit on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball away. He had down from 60.1% fastballs thrown last season, under 52% this year. Less fastballs, more breakables. Certainly more successful to start the season as far as batting average against them. So the fastball still firm, but has been hit for 3 of the 4 hits tonight. Although I'd love to have that fastball to be able to throw, 97.
Yep.
Still maintaining that velocity even with over 100 pitches thrown. 98-mile-an-hour fastball in the first, 97 this inning.
1-2 on the way. Cole shooting one out toward left. Marwin Gonzalez drifting over. 2 down.
There's all the hits so far in this game. A breakable, backdoor curveball, then a fastball, 97 down. Trout in the 6th inning. Fastball, 97, right back up the middle. And then fastball, 96, out over the plate and down, up and doubles off the wall.
To 2 outs, nobody on. Chris Young at the plate, starting left fielder today with Upton getting the start at DH. Chris 0 for 2, a fly ball to center and a double play ball in the 5th. That always makes pitchers really happy.
I'm trying to think if that ever happened to me. I don't remember that at all.
One ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Breaking ball, popped him up. Left side, Bregman coming in for it. Halos here in the 7th, down in order, stretch time in Houston. Angels maintaining a 2-0 lead. Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get Angels home screen icons and features such as MLB.tv, game of the day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcast stats, news, and more. Download MLB at Bat today. Halos up 2-0, bottom of the 7th. Tyler Skaggs back out on the bump. 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 4 hits allowed. He's retired 7 straight since giving up the single to Marwin Gonzalez in the 4th. It's Bregman, Gonzalez, and Gaddis. Bregman popping one up on the first base side, slicing toward the seats. Albert will have a play on it. Makes the play. 1 down. Nice job.
Tremendous concentration there by Albert. He kept his eye on the baseball. Didn't worry about the fans being right there. He got an idea where the wall was going to be. Tracked it. Looks up. Not distracted at all by the fans. Is able to catch. To get that quick out. Fan just missed touching that baseball. But Albert, great play. 2-time Gold Glove winner, Albert Pujols. It's all about getting to that wall first and then reaching up and be able to catch that pop-up. A dangerous hitter in Bregman out on 1 pitch.
And remember, ball goes into the stands. Anything on that side of the wall, fans have every right to go after it. They just can't reach over the wall into the field of play. Marwin Gonzalez looks at a strike.
Sure, Craig Biggio's going, hey man, you're wearing my jersey. Knock that one down.
Down on those tall boys. That's the problem. 0-1 pitch. Gonzalez 2 for 2 with 2 singles.
Just a little bit below the strike zone. Saying, you have a chance. It's in the stands. And you didn't make the play. One Hall of Famer and Craig Biggio to a future Hall of Famer and Albert Pujols able to make the play.
Yeah, I don't think the girls are buying it.
No.
They're trying. They're feeding some pretty good lines here. They're not buying it.
No.
Should have made the play. 2-1 on the way.
Good change piece. Tell you what, this is the best changeup I've seen from Tyler Skaggs, and he's real confident with that pitch. Gonzalez is thinking fastball. 83, pulled off, no contact.
Foul tipped into the mid. Maldonado hangs on to it. 2 outs.
Back-to-back changeups. Swing and miss. Love when you can back up 1 pitch with the exact same pitch and the same location. 83 to 84 with a changeup, swing and miss.
Come on, Getty. Come on, Getty.
That's Justin Anderson. Local product, looking to make his Major League debut whenever he makes an appearance. Called up today as Tyler was breaking ball down and in. Gaddis, double play ball in the fielder's choice. He's 0 for 2. It's a 2-0 Angels lead here in the 7th.
Been outstanding so far, Tyler. 3 punch-outs, 1 walk, just 4 hits allowed.
Two 2-0.
11 outs via the ground ball tonight for Skaggs. Go along with those 3 strikeouts. And a double play turn behind him. The pitch. Fastball outside corner.
Two on to Gaddis. Just missed. 3-1. McCann is on deck.
21 pitches in first. From that point forward, very economical as far as pitches per inning. Now to 101.
Popped up. Maldonado gets rid of the mask. I mean, he heaved that thing.
I got the mask. I got it.
That thing went all the way to the wall. Oh, we're through 7. What a performance by Tyler Skaggs. 2-0 Angels.
The Astros 2-0, top 8. I'm Patrick O'Neill, and darn glad to be here taking in this ball game because we're seeing excellent pitching, defense, timely hitting by the Halos. Hope you stick around after the game for Angels Live postgame. Brought to you by your SoCal Mazda dealers, myself, Jose Mota, all the interviews, all the analysis, and of course a look ahead to Ohtani-san Mania tomorrow night. But let's go back upstairs. Victor and Mark, so important for Tyler Skaggs to go deep into this ball game considering how much use that bullpen for the Angels has gotten this year.
No doubt, Patrick. I think it's more of a setting the tone for the start of a very difficult series with the Houston Astros to go out there. I think it all starts with that starting pitcher, and he's certainly done that tonight.
And knowing who you're locked up against, Garrett Cole, who threw the ball very well himself, but behind Tyler Skaggs and the Angels, 2-0 here in the 8th.
New pitcher on for the Astros, Hector Rondon. Delivers a fastball upstairs. That's 1 ball, no strikes. This pitching change brought to you by Purple Bricks. Rondon, the 30-year-old native of Venezuela. His first season with the Astros, 1-1 with a 2.16 ERA through 9 games, facing 9-1-2. Now tipped into the glove, 1 ball, 1 strike. Martino for 2, a fly ball to right and a fly ball to center.
Rendon's fastball, a firm one, 94-99. Although a cut fastball, it's going to be 93-96. Slider, changeup.
Ground ball left side, Altuve with the shift on.
Still a little bit of that pull mode for Maldonado. If he stays back on that just enough, he can punch that easily through the right side of the infield. But he has been excellent behind the plate tonight. First and foremost, the #1 job for him tonight. By the way, that catching mask flip was outstanding to finish off that inning.
That wasn't a flip. I mean, that was basically a new Olympic sport. Here's Kinsler, 0 for 3.
Yeah, generally fans are hoping for baseballs in the stands. That was almost a catching mask in the stands.
2 balls, 1 strike. Garrett Cole tonight, 7 innings, 4 hits, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 runs, both earned.
Very impressive.
Ground ball over to short. Ball took a funny hop there. 2 outs. Trout tonight 1 for 3. Singled, stole a base, and scored in the 6th inning.
That was a rocket up the middle. Tyler Skaggs, I would assume, is still in this game at this moment. Talking with Martin Maldonado. We got Brian McCann, the left-handed batter. Mike Scioscia looking at him there. Saying at the very least, 1 more batter, maybe more. Still locked in focus for Tyler Skaggs. Although I don't think he would mind to see Trout cover a baseball right now, give him another run lead.
One ball and 2 strikes.
It's a running 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Albert made that real nice defensive play against Bregman to start off that 7th, bottom of the 7th, on a 1-pitch out.
Yeah.
Huge play. Nearly 46% of the time on a 3-2 count against a right-handed batter, he'll come back with another slider.
Time called last second there as Rondon was going into his windup. Approached 5 seasons with the Cubs. Last year 61 games. Here comes the 3-2. Walked him, bounced the fastball. That was a non-committed fastball.
Could have been his cutter almost on that one. That was his cut fastball. About 93 to 96 range in his regular 4-seam fastball, 94 to 99. Trout with a stolen base. Last time he was on in front of Justin Upton, scoring on that double to the wall. A 404 sign.
A double snapped at 0 for 21 for Justin. 4th double, 12th run batted in. DHing tonight with Chris Young getting to start in left. Trout takes off again, a throw down, not a time, but he stole a base.
He's really got some really good jumps so far this season. 5th stolen base, 12th as a team. Been caught 0 times. Trout with a good read, and he's going, thinking getting into scoring position for Upton again. Slides in easily into scoring position, 5th stolen base. So far this season, the Angels, the only team has not been caught
trying to steal a base so far. 12 of 12. Trout with 5 of them. With the majors last year in stolen bases.
2-1 pitch. Fouled off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pujols on deck. 29,000 plus here on the opening game of the series. Pitches for Rondon thus far. Retired the first 2 batters on ground outs. Walked Trout. Hugh getting ready.
Big RBI out there for Upton and the Angels.
Bouncer over to Altuve. Down on the knees. Got it. Halos will leave a man in scoring position. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Looks like Tyler Skaggs coming back out, and why not? He's got himself a 2-0 lead. Colleague, co-worker, former Major League Baseball player Davey Nelson, who passed away at the age of 73 due to liver cancer. Davey, a longtime major leaguer, grew up in Gardena, went to Compton Community College and Cal State LA before signing with the Cleveland Indians. Finished his professional career in '77 with the Royals, and went to work for the Milwaukee Brewers. So Davey's in our thoughts and prayers. A great man. Got a chance to know him as a kid. And, just a tough loss.
One of our members of the Royal family, Kansas City Royal family.
Tyler Skaggs came out to warm up, and Mike Scioscia deciding to go to the bullpen instead. A pitching change. We're in the 8th. 2-0 Angels.
Angels Baseball on Fox Sports West is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers.
Welcome back out to Minute Maid Park. Game 1 of the 3-game set. Halos with a 2-0 lead. We're at the bottom of the 8th inning, and after Max Stassi was introduced as a pinch hitter, that's when Scioscia went out, took Tyler Skaggs out of the game, and brings in Justin Anderson, the Houston native, making his major league debut tonight. 14th round pick in 2014 out of the University of Texas San Antonio. He pitched in 6 games combined between AA and AAA this year. No record, no ERA, 2/3 innings, 14 strikeouts, 2 walks, and of course family in attendance with a big roar when he came out of the bullpen and was introduced here.
Wow, it gives you goosebumps to see the family there.
First pitch, fastball a little bit high at 99.
What a moment for them and Justin.
One ball, one strike.
Hey, his whip in the minor leagues was outstanding. Less than 0.50. Less than that. Couple hits, couple walks. Saw him a couple times in spring training. Firm fastball.
Breaking ball in for a strike. Under control, 1-2. Stassi hitting .303 through 12 games. He's 0 for 2 as a pinch hitter. 8-9-1 for Houston here in the 8th. Marisnick on deck. Looks like Reddick has come out to the on-deck circle, so he'll pinch hit for Marisnick. Now the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball fouled back. McCann, by the way, finishes the game going 0 for 2.
Maldonado liking that fastball. Under control. Not easy to do. If you're a youngster making your debut in big leagues and being at home.
That to me is the hardest part, I would imagine, is keeping the emotions in check. Stassi's skies went out towards center. Mike Trout is there. One down.
Some serious cheers here in this ballpark for that first out. So cool.
The St. Pius jersey, that's where he went to high school before going on to UTSA. Last year went to A-ball AA, 46 games. 3-2 with a 5.06 ERA combined, but trip to spring training, the start of the season, kind of turning things around for Justin. And here he is facing the defending world champions. Go get him, kid. Reddick seemed to lay off of the breaking ball. He did.
Pretty sharp slider.
.250 batting average for Josh Reddick. He has 6 home runs, 15 runs batted in. 0 for 1 as a pinch hitter. Springer on deck. 1 out. We're in the 8th. Skaggs tonight, 7 innings, 4 hits, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. Really should have been 3 hits, to be honest with you. A ball that dropped off the bat of Altuve in the 3rd inning should have been the 3rd out of that frame. Really threw the ball well. Finished off by retiring the last 10 consecutive batters. Reddick tardy on the fastball.
That's impressive. You have a hitter who is a good fastball hitter in a fastball count, and Anderson got it by him upstairs.
Two on pitch. Ground ball to second. 2 down.
Probably high school teammates, college teammates, family. It's so cool. Yes.
I see a UTSA t-shirt to the left there. UT San Antonio.
Yes.
He's got 2 outs. Now he gets to deal with George Springer.
We've all been there as parents.
Springer fouls it off. I stress at my 12-year-old's tennis match.
Yeah.
I can only imagine your son being in the big leagues.
Oh, gets
making his
the world
debut.
champs.
Yeah, go get him.
Yeah.
No balls, 2 strikes.
That has depth to that breaking ball.
If he gets a punch out here, you're going to hear a big roar coming out of this ballpark.
Look where this pitch starts and then ends up. That's like a frisbee.
0-2 count. Springer's 0 for 3. 2 ground outs and a fly ball to center.
A lot of times that's by design, that shake off for Martin, trying to pretend to set that fastball up, slider again.
Check swing. Did not go. 1-2 count.
That was real close to a swing there, too. That was a sharp breaking ball again.
Anderson ready. Goes with the breaking ball. Evens up the count at 2-2. 14 pitches. He's retired the first 2 batters. Had a fly ball to center. A ground ball to second. Called up today with Blake Wood going on the disabled list. An impingement at the back of his right elbow. Two-two. Lined into center field, a base hit. Went for the fastball. Springer turned it around, and it's a 2-out knock. It'll bring up Altuve, representing the tying run.
Challenged with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball, but the heart of the plate belled high. And Springer's very good on a fastball. And the reaction, although base hit, you're going to challenge it with a good fastball. He laid off a couple real tough sliders.
There's always the relative. It has to be the Houston Astro fan happy there.
Good visit here. Just to slow the game down.
Jose Altuve at the plate. 1 for 3 with a single in the third. Chance of MVP in the crowd. Here's the first one. Off speed, out to center. Springer is going to turn and head to third base. Runners at the corners with 2 outs.
What did we say earlier about base hits on off-speed pitch, secondary pitches, as compared to fastballs? He got a secondary pitch and he hit it, didn't square it up. He got it up the middle for another hit. Slider, pretty good depth to it, but again, batting average on off-speed and breaking balls.
So here comes Correa. A lot of innings, a lot of appearances out of the Angels bullpen. That's why Justin Anderson's here now on the mound and in this game. This crowd has come to life for the first time. Swing and a miss.
Good pitch selection there by Martin Maldonado. You have a hitter that was looking and geared up for a fastball. He was looking fastball, got a slider well off the plate.
Fastball upstairs, 1 ball and strike. Correa with a double in the first, a ground ball to third in the third inning. A little soft liner to Kinsler in the 6th. Springer at third, Altuve at first, the 1-1. Breaking ball. Well, you talk about buckling the knees. Yep. Really good hitter. Just watch the replay of this pitch.
After chasing a slider earlier. Didn't read that one well. Head of the count.
One-two. Swing and a miss. Down goes Correa.
What a moment.
The strikeout recorded, his first of his big league career.
You talk about it. We talked about the key. A sky full of stars. Well, it's the youngsters starring with a swing and miss against Carlos Correa to finish off the inning.
Out hits, no pressure. Carlos Correa still got it done.
What a nasty slider. Wow, what a moment. Oh, would make this game so special. And now he can breathe, at least for a second. That's the hardest thing to do when you make your debut, to go out there and just take a deep breath. You're at home and you're facing the defending world champs, and you got to deal with Springer, Altuve, Correa.
Colin McHugh takes over on the mound for Hector Rondon. Max Stassi stays in the game. He's behind the plate. Reddick's in right. Pujols takes downstairs. It'll be Albert, Valbuena, and Cozart. Colin McHugh pitching his 7th game, no record at a 1.04 ERA. Breaking ball for a strike.
McHugh fastball 89, 93. Curve, slider, changeup, a lot of sliders.
Bouncer over to third. Bregman is down. One down. Valbuena 1 for 3 game. couple of times tonight that Valbuena's had that kind of an approach here where he wanted to pull the trigger, but the pitch was in. Takes a first strike. Keenan Middleton getting ready.
Four, 5, and 6 in the lineup for the Astros for Keenan. 3 straight games.
Yeah, that's the concern. How does he feel? What kind of stuff will he take to the mound in the 9th?
Thrown a total of 38 pitches in the last 2 games. Could all change if this offense can get some runs scored here. Valbuena trying to get on base. Cozart.
Breaking ball, and that's down to the line and hooking foul.
Anderson still in that game mode.
Valbuena strikes out. Two down.
Runs that 4-seamer away. Being his teammate for a while, but maybe been tracking his pitch in a different part of the strike zone. Got a fastball instead.
Yeah, he seldom, Luis that is looking to go the other way with 2 strikes. He's still always in that somewhat pull mode. Cozart takes a bender in for a strike. Zach 0 for 2, a ground down, a walk, and a strikeout. Ground ball to short. Correa's there. We will head to the bottom of the 9th with the Angels up 2-0.
Bottom of the 9th. Now it's time for the Land Rover Above and Beyond Player of the Game. Tyler Skaggs. The Angels needed a dominant starting performance. Well, they got it. 7 innings, 4 hits allowed, 0 runs, 1 walk, 3 punch-outs for Tyler Skaggs. Tying for the Angels lead as far as the deepest performance, 7 innings. Ohtani Also went 7 innings earlier this season. What an effort, though, by Tyler Skaggs.
Well, that is Keenan Middleton on the mound. This will be his 12th appearance of the season. No record of 2.08 earned run average, 5 saves, 13 innings, 12 strikeouts, and 4 walks. He gets 4, 5, and 6. Gurriel, Bregman, and Gonzalez. Gonzalez being a switch hitter. Gurriel tonight, a walk, a fly to right, and a ground ball to short.
One thing you don't want to do if you're Middleton is try to overthrow. You may not feel, as far as having that velocity on your fastball 100%, but you got to trust that location and movement. Don't muscle up. He's muscled up on the first 2 pitches out of the strike zone.
3rd consecutive appearance. That's it for a strike. I thought coming into the bullpen, the pitch that could be very good for him tonight is that changeup.
No question.
When you don't have that full tank and be able to rush it at 97, 98, you can still get guys off balance.
And it makes your fastball better with the ability to throw that changeup, the differential in speeds.
2-1 pitch. Upstairs. Just above the strike zone. And it's 3-1. Definitely don't want to gift base runners here.
Trust your defense.
Back up the middle. It's a leadoff single. And back upstairs with a fastball. So Bregman will bat, representing the tying run.
And he's sitting and looking, got a fastball, and delivered a single up the middle. Bregman has grounded into 3 double plays so far this year.
Popped out to Pujols along the short wall. The first base side. His last time up. Keenan's first one. A breaking ball.
Pretty good spot.
It's all over the strike zone. Instead of 0-1, it's 1-0.
Another pretty good pitch. That one just a little bit below, but the first one certainly was a strike.
Gonzalez on deck. Fastball off the plate, 3-0.
Gonzalez on deck, 3-0. AJ Hinch allows his batters to swing 3-0 if they're comfortable.
3-1.
That's a pitcher's pitch. He was geared up to swing.
Leadoff single by Gurriel. He stands at first. Pujols playing in front of him. 2-0. We're in the 9th. Looking for that first out. 3-1. Walked him. 2-on. Nagy coming out. Different looking Middleton, of course. We're seeing 93, 94 miles per hour as opposed to the upper echelons of the 90s.
Mentioned coming into the game as far as innings pitched out of the bullpen, 99 2/3. Innings pitched by starters before this game today, 103 2/3. For Tyler Skaggs, 7 really good innings.
Camp Droshin loosening in a hurry. This is the third time in Keenan's brief big league career in which he has pitched in 3 consecutive games. There's a little trouble here. Tying run at first base, a winning run standing at the plate, Marwin Gonzalez. Gonzalez from the right side of the plate, 2 for 3 tonight with a couple of singles on Tyler Skaggs, struck out in his last plate appearance. Grounded into 1 double play this year. Valbuena playing in on the grass. First one's in off the plate. Johnson has worked 4 of the last 6 games.
(2-0) on all 3 batters.
Gurriel at second. Bregman at first base. 2-1. Outfield straight around, same with the infield. Good breaking ball.
And a 2-1 count. Throw that breaking ball to get him to chase.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, 2 on. Keenan's ready, the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Gonzalez. 1 out.
Back-to-back solid breaking balls from Keenan Middleton. That one, great late break to a good depth to that slider.
There's Gaddis. Always looking at that first pitch, trying to jump on it. Be careful. Certainly a guy that will ground into a double play. He has one tonight. He's 0 for 3 this evening as the DH. 2 on, 1 out. First one. Breaking ball in for a strike. That would have been nice to have a couple of batters ago. It was the first pitch to Bregman. That was actually in the strike zone. Now it's an 0-1 count. Oh, 1. Breaking ball in there, 0-2. Don't throw a strike here.
No.
He'll get himself out.
Trust Maldonado behind the plate. And he's staying and waiting the last second before he sets up where he wants his pitch thrown.
Fastball got him. Down goes Gaddis. Challenged him with a fastball. 2 outs. Back-to-back punch-outs.
He was looking. Breaking ball. Even though if he's looking, if that's a good breaking ball, he's going to get him at 96. That was the best fastball velocity he's had.
Ramped it back up. Still work to be done here. Max Stassi. He pinch hit in the 8th inning. Up for his second plate appearance. He skied one to center in the 8th inning.
That's that no double signal from Dino Weeble, playing deep in the outfield. All 3.
Gurriel at second, big lead for him. Tying run at Bregman at first base. Here comes the first one. Breaking ball in. 0-1. Fastball in there for a strike at 95, 0-2.
Firm fastball from Middleton. Reaching back, paints, 95.
Oh-2 pitch. That's in the dirt. Gurriel trying to go to third to throw down there. A good one. Safe at third base.
They want to challenge
it.
second. They want to challenge. Now, did he get the tag down quick enough?
Now, Buena certainly felt that way. They are going to check it.
You got to.
It looked like it from our vantage point that the glove got there. Tried to do a little swim move.
He's got him.
Yeah,
right there.
Certainly
He's got him.
I mean, that's not even close. How do you miss that? You're Corey Blazer. A risky play by Yuli Gurriel to try to take the extra base when you didn't need to. You're already in scoring position. You've got the tying run at first base, the winning run at the plate. The call at third is safe. Angels have challenged it. I mean, Gurriel's hand went right into the glove.
Yep.
And the Astros fans are walking out of the ballpark. They saw the call. I think we're going to go ahead and light that baby up right now. I'm calling it, Gooby.
I don't blame you.
Look at all the fans. They're gone.
Yes.
Here come the headsets. Gary Cedarstrom, the crew chief, out at third. Light that baby up as the Angels shut out the Astros tonight 2-0.
What a performance by the pitching staff here today. Keenan Middleton reaching back, getting that little extra, picking up save number 6. Tyler Skaggs flat out dealt tonight. And what about Justin Anderson's performance? Major League debut. Dealt just enough offense. Cole coming through with that clutch hit. Justin Upton breaking that hitless streak with a big RBI double. Huge win here. Game 1 of this 3-game set. What a game this was. What an atmosphere here at Minute Maid Park.
And folks, this is it says something considering what Tyler